Hey, welcome back to the channel. Today we're working on a 6-liter diesel. We're going to rebuild the oil cooler. So I'm going to show you how that's done. We've removed that oil cooler from the vehicle. Now we're going to go ahead and throw it in the solvent tank here and just get it washed up pretty good. That'll be step one. All right, so we got this thing cleaned up in the solvent tank and we actually hit it with a pressure washer. If you are gonna pressure wash it, we use some degreaser, of course. If you are gonna pressure wash it, I don't recommend blasting in here with a pressure washer. This little plastic drain valve here for the oil filter housing might break off or something like that. So we just cleaned this area out here. This truck was up in the oil patch for most of its life, so it was covered in a lot of built up dirt. And apparently this oil cooler's never been rebuilt, which is a miracle. So here we are here. So now the next step on this is just remove all the Torx bits that you have here. Here, all of them. And you're gonna need yourself a T45 and a T30. Just go ahead and knock all them out. We got 5 of the small ones. They're all the same length. Don't need to worry about where they came from. We got 5 of the big ones. They're also all the same length. Now we're going to use a screwdriver. We're just going to pop these guys off. There it is there. Set that aside. We're gonna change this drain tube out. So 8 mil there. We're gonna pop that out. Or actually oil feed tube. All right, so we got that out there. I'm gonna flip it over here. Let a bit of this muck drain out on the towels. We've got a couple of small bolts in here. This one and this one. We're gonna back them out. And we're gonna back these 2 nuts out as well. All right, for the 2 bolts on the cooler side here, 13 mil. Same with the nuts. So now what we got to do is, this is the actual oil cooler right here and here. We have to get it out of the housing. So we're going to flip it on its back. Okay, so now we're going to pop this out of here. Now this can be pretty difficult to get out depending on how hard the O-rings are. So what we're going to do is we're just going to put a couple of strong screwdrivers in here, but we're going to apply gentle pressure. If we apply too much pressure, we can actually damage this little surface here where the seal goes. So we'll just see how easy this one wants to come. It's in there pretty tight. A good spot to pry is right in here because you're not up against that sealing surface. So get a bit of pressure on that. We're just going to carefully work this back and forth. Not too much pressure, like I say. And just take your time. It's not worth buying a whole new housing. You just got to work it all the way around. Eventually, she pops out like that. So this is the part we're going to be replacing. There it is there. We'll pull out this gasket here. There's an O-ring here that we're going to pop out as well. Okay, pop that O-ring out. Also double check that these O-rings are not in there, this one and this one. They actually stuck to the cooler itself over here, which is perfect. Now we're going to pry this guy out. And we're going to go back and just clean that housing up, both sides. So we'll take her back over to the hose there and get her cleaned up. All right, so we got everything cleaned up. We've rinsed it off with a hose. We're just going to go over the sealing surface here. We're going to use a bit of Scotch-Brite just to check and make sure there's no bits of crud on there that might interfere with the sealing of the new O-rings. So go ahead and do that all the way around, and then make sure you blow it off again. No grit or anything is in there. You want to keep this as clean as possible. Obviously give it all a good inspection. These are also a good spot to clean up. Just give them a nice wipe. A lot of times when they've been together that long, chunks of the O-ring get left behind, and then they, if you put them together like that, it ends up leaking. We'll spend a little bit of extra time here. Pretty good. So we'll blow that off. Make sure there's nothing in these grooves here where this O-ring's going to go. Make sure nobody's siliconed it or something goofy like that. So we're going to blow all this out again. Same thing on this and the two other pieces. We'll go over all this. Make sure it's nice and clean. Make sure there's no damage to this area here where you were prying and stuff. Honestly, if it's got a little nick out of here on the inboard side, it's probably not going to leak. Or if it does, it's going to leak back into itself, so it's not much of an issue. All right, so we got everything all cleaned up here. We've got this Dorman kit 904-228 oil cooler kit. So the first thing we're going to do now that we've got this cleaned up is we're going to put some O-rings in here, here, and here. Now there's two in the package, a bigger one and a smaller one. The slightly larger one goes in the middle here. And then also in the package, you've got 4 fat O-rings and a couple of thinner ones. The 2 thinner ones get pressed into here. Here and here. The fatter ones go on the cooler itself right here. Now there's some larger diameter and smaller diameter. The larger diameters go on first because they go at the bottom. We'll slide it down 1, 2, 1, 2. Bigger ones on the top, or the smaller ones on the top. Now what you want to do is use some, I like to use some silicone grease. You could use some silicone spray or some Vaseline. The silicone grease won't hurt the rubber at all. So I put a little bit of silicone grease on these O-rings. Just a small amount's good. Okay, so now what we do is we just set this in here. Make sure you take the caps off these studs. Apply some pressure. You'll feel it snap down into place. At that point, you can flip it over. Take your 2 nuts here, run them down. You can go ahead and tighten those up. Don't go crazy tight, but just make sure they're good, they're snug. That's all it needs. We'll flip it back over. We'll put the 2 bolts in here. Run them in. If you end up using a new cover, they don't come threaded, so then you actually use the bolts to cut new threads. And then I'll double check these guys. All right, so that part's done. We can go ahead and put this gasket in. Just presses into place. Now we'll put these 2 gaskets on. Same thing, just press them in. Like so. Go ahead and put all these bolts back in. Got this guy to go in as well. We'll throw a little bit of silicone lube on the O-ring surface there. That guy just presses down like that. Another gasket on the top cover. All right, we can go ahead and run these guys in. All right, new O-ring for here. That's pretty much it. We put our new sensors back in, and then we can go ahead and install that back in the truck. It's got a new screen for the reservoir. Make sure you clean that reservoir out, pump all the old oil out, wipe it out super clean with a rag. You don't want any crap in there. A lot of times these screens degrade and go down through the intake into the pump area, and they can jam up the pintle for the IPR. So make sure you get in there and make sure there's no crap in there before you put it back together.